Speaker, my dear colleagues, Kingsley Chinda, I represent Obiabo Federal Constituency to pray that the issues of particularly disasters, flood disasters that recently took place in my federal constituency that indeed took the life of an innocent young man whose future was very, very bright until this incident be seen as one of national importance that is weighty enough for us to discuss in this parliament this morning and arrive at a decision. I will pray and urge you to please see this as a matter of national importance. My dear colleagues, I will pray that you see the issues of flood that culminated into the death of a young Nigerian in Obiabo Federal Constituency as a matter of public interest and of national importance, weighty enough to be discussed in these chambers this morning. I will move that you support my application for this to be considered. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Honorable Dambram Abubakar Nuhu, representing Kano Municipal, the only gentleman.
Those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against it say nay. Ayes of it. Second limb of the motion that the matter be taken now.
The motion is on the urgent call on National Emergency Management Agency NEMA to check and intervene in the recent flood incidents in several communities in Obiabo local government area of Rivers State. The House notes with serious concern the recent and very severe flood cases reported in several parts of the country, including Rumokrosi, Eneka, Atali, Mbolurumigbo, Rumaolo, Rumodomaya, Rukboku, and the Lelemo communities in Obiabo local government area of Rivers State, amongst others. The House also notes that these flood cases have become a recurring decimal and constitutes a serious threat to residents of the affected communities and the country at large. The House notes further that these floods would have been avoided if adequate, timely, and safety actions or measures had been taken and or adhered to by relevant government authorities. The House is aware that the National Emergency Management Agency had sometime in the past stated in a report that an assessment it conducted with other partner agencies showed that most of the country's larger rivers have plains that can overflow, especially during the rainy season, and named rivers, Niger, Benue, Cross River, Katsina, and Imo states as the most vulnerable amongst them. However, such report had never been implemented or adhered to. The House is also aware that several houses, farmlands, lives, and properties have been lost to this flood, and numerous families displaced over the past 2 months in the affected states and communities. The House is aware also of the death only 2 days ago of a young boy who was shot by a police officer during a peaceful protest by youths who were protesting against the poor state of the East-West Road in Mbolurumigbo area of Rivers State. The House is concerned that displaced residents of the affected community now put up in churches and public premises, and the facilities available thereat are inadequate and have been overstressed with attendant sanitary, health, and environmental problems. The House is further concerned that if very urgent steps are not taken to arrest the current situation, the social and economic life and well-being of the people living in and around the communities, as well as those of Nigerians in general, will be adversely affected as people will vacate these places in search of safety and other conducive business environment, with the result that these people and neighboring communities and states would be completely cut off from the rest of the country. The House is called upon to resolve as follows. 1, to urge the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and the Ecological Funds Office to urgently intervene in the matter and carry out ecological survey and assessment of the affected places so as to ensure safety of lives and property of the people within the affected areas. 2, to urge the National Emergency Management Agency and the Ecological Fund Office and other relevant government agencies to immediately send relief materials to the affected communities and places. 3, to mandate the House Committees on Environment and Ecology to undertake a thorough investigation of the matter as well as the death of the youth and report to the House within 4 weeks for further legislative action. And mandate the House Committee on Legislative Compliance to monitor and ensure compliance with the resolutions above and report back to the House within 4 weeks. I so move, my dear colleagues.
I rise to second the motion as ably moved by Honorable Chinda. I so second.
Those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against it say nay. The ayes have it.